All right, good night. So this is our encounter number 5 with the group number 55. How are you today, girls? How is everything going?
Hi, teacher. Fine, thank you.
Hello, teacher. Fine, thank
Okay, it's nice to listen to you girls today. So right now I'm gonna share my screen with you and please let me know if you can see it. And we are gonna start our topic for today. Okay, Gay, can you see my screen?
you. Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, girls. So as you know, the topic for today is big data, small farms, and a tale of two tomatoes. So I'm gonna share with you the agenda for today. So first of all, we are gonna have a brain activator about one question related with the video, of course. Then we are gonna have the video summary. You know that is my favorite part. Then after that, we're gonna have some discussion questions. And finally, as we did the last class, girls, you will need to listen your partners. You will need to pay attention to the whole class. And at the end, you can share a conclusion, letting us know how did you feel during the class, or for example, you can letting us know a conclusion about the topic, what do you like the most, etc. Okay. So, girls, we are gonna start with this question. Remember on the video, I think that it was, yeah, at the beginning, como al principio, Erin Buckmarder, she told us about how was big data and how it works, how was created, how she collects some information about it. So, what do you remember about this question? What do you remember about big data?
I don't remember, teacher.
Okay, Maria Paula, you don't remember. Um, Maybe Lisette or Dania, do you remember about big data? Okay, so just to refresh your minds, we can say that data is a term used to describe a collection of data. Pues es un término usado para describir una colección de datos que es grande, o sea, es una cantidad gigante. En, bueno, en tamaño, lógicamente, and yet growing exponentially with time. Y que crece pues exponencialmente con el tiempo. Ok.
Teacher,
Yes.
the big data is an information. Yeah, it's a collecting information from the different prophets and the during the time.
Yes, that's correct. You're right. Yes, and on the video airing, she explained that the data is like has not been invented, that we need to create the data. And then after that, she started, explaining the two projects that she made regarding the topic, regarding the farmers, the food system. Okay, so girls, moving on. Now you're gonna share with me the video summary. So, You're gonna have 2 minutes to think about what do you want to share with us. What was your favorite part of the video, or what called your attention the most? And then after that, I'm gonna let you know when you can start. Okay?
Okay, teacher, I start.
Okay,
Okay.
teacher.
Okay. You're ready, or you want time? ¿Ya están listas o necesitan el tiempo?
Mm, no, teacher, now.
Now. Okay.
Yes.
Um, Go ahead.
Okay, my summary of these topics in general and the video, and also now this is made the big data, and English is no big data or video expression data on intelligence. It refers to data set size, comparison, such as that they are require technological tools, intelligence artificial, and the different process. They are usually of the same types of for example, the data provided in the mobile and the car GPS. With the user reduce the topic from, for example, the traffic. Can also be combined as between sensor and the patching application, and is used on the different area, industry. Here, for example, environment. Then in industry, it enables companies to innovate, be better analyzing people's needs once and offering entirely new products. And this is data can also improve productivity and help reduce costs. For example, in this case, the predicting sales and maintenance and smart factories. For example, for me, the environment, the satellite, they can improve research and help prevent the disaster. Yes. And here is used for the example of the analysis of the clinical data sets and information. And for example, on the videos piece of the tomato science, the consumer, our plates has had to travel very distance as well as on the cultivation process, which generates a large number of information. For example, this is harvest from when it's a green, so that is a research is consumptions in an ideal time for the entire process of the fumigation of the crop harvest, as well as the transport from the one place another that follows of the route. This is tomatoes. Now, teacher.
Okay, wow, Daniel, that was a lot of information. I really like that because you were taking some, pieces of information from the video, and at the same time, you did that research about it. Oh my gosh, it was so great. Of course, you exceeded 2 minutes, but it was so interesting that I just wanted to let you, finish so we can hear like the whole information from you. Congratulations, Dania. So please keep on that way.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, perfect. So, who's next? Lisette, Maria Paula.
I guess me, teacher.
Okay, go ahead.
Daniel already said it like everything, but I will try.
Yes.
Okay, so data analytics. I think this is a very interesting topic because data help us to well, big data seeks to analyze all these massive processes that may have been happening right now in factories, in farms, in all that, um, like make the world work, right? The word
Mhm.
work.
Yes.
Um, I think it's very interesting because it is like a way to analyze these patterns that have these processes and to see if they're being effective or no, and also to make predictions about what will happen if that processes continues in that way. So we can see, for example, how data help us to understand how actually or what actually are we eating, what actually is happening with the food that comes to our plates, and what's the difference between a processed tomato and a natural grown tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah. So um I don't know what more to say.
You're
I have
speechless.
more. Yes.
Yeah. Daniel already said everything.
Yeah,
But
Daniel already said everything.
yeah, no worries. No worries. You just missed 20 seconds. Um you I think you're right about the
Oh my
data.
god.
Yeah, only 20 seconds, no worries. You're right about it. You took the most important, that is about, as you mentioned, how the data, how the analysis, how the statistics help us to check the difference, between something that is prepared with pesticides, with CO2, with, all those conservants and things that at the end of the day just gave to the food a bad flavor, because it's a bad flavor. It's not the same. That is like something that we can highlight from the video, that Erin says that it was not the same flavor about the the tomato that was processed a lot and comes really really far away from, for example, the tomato that was harvested and shipped from the a local farmer in this case. So yeah, you
Uh-huh.
got the point. You got the point, girl. You got the point. Okay, thank you so much, Maria Paula. Now, I want
Okay.
to listen, Lisette.
Okay, teacher.
Go ahead.
Okay. The video start talking about how science has advanced in medicine that we may never have believed, such as tracking garbage ATC, and this is very important because it helps to solve serious problems, but it places a special emphasis on a family business that seeks to work with ordinary people, workers, and farmers. For this, they include technology in order to improve several important points and provide health, comfort, quality products, and benefits for both growers and consumers. Mm, and reducing wasted and achieving good results. Okay, so she also talks about the products we consume. So products are exposed to a lot of contaminations that is harmful and damage the taste of the product, and especially tells about the history of tomatoes, how
Hmm.
they are grown, their processes, and the things they travel until they are bought and consumed, but how the taste and color vary according to their process. Okay, and the part I like the most is that this tool help you to understand the importance of contributing and buying directly from the farmers or companies that support these communities and provide better quality and better tasting products.
Okay. You exceed the time just 3 seconds. So we can say that you achieved the 2 minutes. Thank you so much, Lizette. As you mentioned, yeah, the video show us, well, especially besides the tale of two tomatoes. She explained us how is the process, how they are processed, how, like in this case, I remember that she shows like a map, letting us know where the tomatoes come from. And she is really specific with the data, and I think that's the reason why this video is so interesting. Okay, thank you so much, Lizette. So, girls, you did a really great job. It seems that you watched the video even at the beginning. You didn't remember about what big data is. I can understand that we are not sometimes we are not able to, just remember little things. But yeah, you did a great job today. I'm really excited because that means that you are doing the process and the exercise really well, and you are able to, analyze the video and share your opinion about it. So you are improving a lot. Now we are going to move on to our questions. So, girls, do you remember what track trust is? Do you remember that that is one of the projects that Erin did with with his husband on the company? Do you remember what is track trust? Or do you have an
It's like
idea?
the data. Uh,
The
are you
data.
listening? Sorry.
Yes, the data about what?
Data. Yes.
The
Sorry.
data. Okay, the data about what? Yes,
About where
the
um
where,
the
I'm sorry.
data about where.
Perdón, María Paula, es que a
Hi.
veces como que se te entrecorta, entonces no, I didn't
Mm.
catch that. ¿Qué dijiste? It was the data about?
Sorry, it must be in the internet because it's raining. So,
Oh, okay, no
um,
worries.
is the data about where does the trash or our trash go after we just throw it away? Like
That's
what is
right. Yes, perfect. Maybe Dania or Lisette wants to add something else. For example, do you remember um, how she get those results? Like how she figure out where the trust goes? How did I'm sorry, what was the project or what did she do about it to be able to letting us know where the track trust goes?
Teacher, I the follow to the garbage. This is trash. Is travel to many place. I remember left the Seattle.
Hmm?
By rail travel to many places. I don't remember one more, but they have a lot of information for the disease uh, places. This is travel to the trash.
See, yeah.
I don't remember what is the article. She say what is the garbage, but I don't remember what is the garbage.
Okay.
Ella nombró que era la basura, pero no recuerdo muy bien qué era.
Ok, bueno, yo les estoy preguntando si ustedes recuerdan cómo ella, o sea, qué fue el experimento que ella hizo, o sea, qué hizo ella para saber a dónde va la basura. ¿Se acuerdan que ella muestra después como un mapa con unas
Yes,
rayitas rojas?
the line.
¿Recuerdan qué fue lo que ella hizo para poder saber a dónde iba la basura? ¿Sí recuerdan? Or you don't?
I
She
I
explained it,
I
but I
think
don't.
I think they put sensors in the trash.
Yes, that's correct, Lizette. You got it. Yeah, She installed small sensors into pieces of
Yes.
trash and then just throwing them away. After that, she could, just catch, or what in this case, like monitoring where the trash goes after we throw it away. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Now
It's the
let's move
sensor.
on.
Yes.
Yes, small sensors. So moving on, we have what is Erin Bug, I'm sorry, Bug Gardner's point of view about food waste. Do you remember what is the word or how she describes that is for her the food waste?
Sure. I think he was talking about there being a lot of waste. It
Mm-hmm.
was much and it was bad for everyone.
Okay, yes. What else do you remember? Chicas, ¿sí me entendieron la pregunta o es que no se acuerdan?
Yeah, I understand the question, but
Okay.
yeah, I think she said that, well, it's bad to waste food, of course.
Mm-hmm.
She said that it happens everywhere, like en todas partes, sí, everywhere.
Everywhere, yes. You got it.
And I can't remember anything else.
Okay, well, refreshing your mind, girls. Remember that she says that it's tragic. That is the word that she used. Tragic. The amount of food wasted every year, as you mentioned. So after that, she asks, or well, she says about how do we make it better? How we can improve onto that. And then she shares like three I can say it's like tips or hacks, I think, just to be able to avoid that situation or just don't get it worse. She says that first of all, eliminate the waste in the food supply chain. That's the first. Then she shares something about gate data, como dar datos, gate data in the hands of farmers, so they can like make better prediction about the food in this case. And finally, she says like price as a company quality, like price the company quality and taste above everything, como ustedes saben, primar por encima de, digamos, las ganancias la calidad de la comida, porque obviamente si, por ejemplo, si un granjero tiene una plantación de tomates y ellos hacen el proceso adecuado para que el tomate tenga buen sabor, lógicamente la gente no lo va a desperdiciar, porque puede ser que no siempre es llegar al punto de que la fruta o la verdura se dañe, simplemente es porque a veces tú compras un tomate porque lo ves rojo, porque lo ves maduro, bonito y cuando llegas a la casa te das cuenta que sabe a no tan bien. So,
Químico.
yes, she was explaining that. Now, let's move on, girls. With this one, what is the meaning of the following statement? Farms don't look like farms, they look like factories. What do you think that she gets to that conclusion?
I think she refers that now the places in where our food is well cultivated,
Yes,
that are the farms, they aren't organic anymore. They're not
right.
they don't follow a natural process for cultivating the food, but they're using more artificial processes. Maybe because it doesn't happen only with tomatoes or potatoes. She explains that it also happens with the animals, with the meat that is in these farms. They're using hormones to make the chicken bigger and everything like that.
Mhm.
So these processes are like as or aren't organic, but they are more like industrialized. I think is the word industrializados, pues.
Okay. Yes, you're right. Because of the processes, they are artificial. They put a lot of things on the fruit or vegetables or animals that they just stop to be healthy sometimes.
Uh-huh, exactly.
Okay, maybe Lisette or Dania, do you want to add something about it?
Teacher, I think he said it's because not everything resolves around the economy and
Mm-hmm.
profit, regardless of what is really important, like taste and healthy um, consumption. Then the first can no longer do their natural process, and many factories to survive today.
Okay, yes, that's right. Dania, do you want to add something? Okay, well, I'm gonna take that as a no. So, let's move on to the last questions, and I think that is my favorite one. So, what can we learn from the story of the two tomatoes?
Teacher, excuse me, está hablando con el micrófono.
Ay, con el micrófono apagado. Ay, sí. Aquí
Yes,
no.
yes.
Sí, sí, bueno.
Okay, okay, my answer. Okay. In this case, I think it is also because of the large number of the products they grow. They are the farms, for example, that you cannot enter if you aren't weighing and special. Yes. It's in from another world. I can see this is farms to be able to, for example, sport. This is pros. You must be very organized and the industrializations really
Mhm.
influence.
Okay. Now, taking into account this, um, Dania, what can we learn from the story of the two tomatoes? What do you remember about it? How she explained it, and what do you think that she tries to say with that?
The story of the two tomatoes.
Yes.
I remember the process the disease product, but the story I don't remember very good.
Okay, let's just analyze the situation
Yeah,
about it. Do you remember what she says about one tomato and the other one? You says that you remember the process. What do you think she tries to say by telling us what happened with those tomatoes, with those backgrounds in this case, about those two tomatoes?
okay, teaching the process. I remember the tomatoes is in a green and the tomato red.
Hmm.
Yes, I
Yes.
remember it's because the tomato green is a picked one green and as a rock. Yes, it's strange. Yes,
Hmm.
the tomato reds ripe. I don't remember maduros, right?
Right.
It's on
Yeah.
a destination for the okay, on a destination at the consumo. I don't remember. This year.
Consumers.
Okay, consumers. Yes. This is this is this is an process is in the time to the this is product.
Mhm.
Okay, here I don't remember more.
You don't remember much. What about Maria Paula or Lisette? What do you think she tries to say by telling us that story?
Maybe she tried to to show us a comparison of the process, like of the two tomatoes, like because she mentions that, well, she told us the story of the two tomatoes, and we can see clearly the difference. That one is more like like an industry. Uh, I also I forgot the word again. Industrialized process. It's longer. It generates more waste of food. Um, more damage to the environment because of the CO2. I think she mentioned something like that. Um, and in the other hand, the other tomato, well, it is more natural. It maybe has more nutrients, I guess. So she tried maybe to show uh, how, how oh my god.
¿Qué
O sea,
pasó?
yo sé lo que quiero decir, pero no sé
Mhm.
cómo decirlo.
Okay, what do you want to say?
O sea, ella quiso demostrar como la diferencia, ¿sí? Entre lo orgánico y que pues es muchísimo mejor escoger esa opción y no a lo que
Yes.
estamos acostumbrados, que es pues a lo industrializado, a que todo llegue pues más grande y bonito, pero con menos nutrientes, que es más dañino.
Yes, you're right. She tried to show, well, we can see that she shows both sides of the coin, how the industry works and how we do not support local farmers. As you mentioned, the organic things. And we,
Yes.
we preferring wanting or we want to buy things that are super processed, that they are not like natural anymore. Because as you mentioned, yeah, we are looking for something that is, let's say super big or big, instead of something that is natural and something that is gonna, I don't know, maybe be like more healthy in this case, or you know it's gonna taste better. And it doesn't matter in this case if it's big or not. Okay, Dania or Lisette, do you want to add something before we move on to the conclusions?
Tisha, we say this is topic that video um, is for me it's interesting, but because it's the more information you use for the different process. Yes, I don't know what is the information for the process. For example, the tomato or the products. The other process is more um, difficult In this case, is for me, it's wonderful now. Uh, for the technology, you can know the provided this is information, and it's a need for the investigation for
Mm-hmm.
the different topics. I consider it's a form to analyze the disease topics.
Mm. Okay, you're right. Daniel, you are sharing the conclusion, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. No me dijiste para poner la diapositiva.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay. Yes. Well, as you mentioned, we can say, Dania, that in this video is really important because they consider customers' needs first rather than business profits. You know, ellos consideran o sí, consideran y está por encima de las necesidades de los clientes más que las ganancias que puedan tener por el negocio. O sea, ella salió, en mi pensamiento, ella salió de su zona de confort porque ella trabajaba en un laboratorio, algo así, tenía un trabajo súper importante. Dejó eso para empezar a ayudar a granjeros locales, creó su propia fundación, Family Diner, con su esposo y sacó un proyecto adelante a partir de lo que ella estudió, basándose en datos y estadísticas. ¿Saben? So, she's a good entrepreneur, and I think that she showed us how, with the collecting and analyzing information, we can, know like customers' preferences, interests, and concerns, and also predictions about um, the customers, and also what is gonna happen with the, for example, she says about the sewage, um also about where the trash goes, and things related with that. Okay, Dania, thank you so much. Now I want to listen Maria Paula, please.
Um, yes, teacher. As a conclusion, we could say that what this speaker, well, this, uh,
Entrepreneur.
yes, what she is sharing with us is really important to us to be more conscious about what actually we are consuming and what are the consequences of, well, do the things in that way because we think it's the correct way, but actually we have a really bad system which is causing damage in the environment, is causing damage in our health, and well, in general we need to start by taking conscience and maybe do little actions that could help in some way. For example, support local farms, which could reduce, the impact in the environment, and also it will be better for our health. Sorry.
Health.
So
Mhm.
yeah, I think it was a really interesting topic. Now I know how really data works, and
Mhm.
that's great. So
Okay,
that's
thank you
the
so
teacher.
much, Maria Paula. Now, please, Lisette, go ahead.
Okay, teacher. It was a very interesting story with really important information, and
Mhm.
I could say that it taught me that we should not be followed by appearance, and that the work of the people who wrote this products is an healthy way is really important for use, and we should support them, and thus we benefit and support a good cause. Not more teachers.
Yes, support a good cause. Perfect. Thank you so much for that, Lizette. Yeah, another thing that I think that I would like to highlight is that, as you can see, Erin show us the relevance of using data analytics, for business decision making. Girls, espérenme un momentico que me están tocando acá. Lo siento, chicas, me están llamando por el citófono. Bueno, ¿en qué iba? Okay, yes. I think that I want to highlight how, Erin show us, as Lisette mentioned, the relevance of using data analytics for business and decision making in this case. Um, we can see that analytics like helps create a consistent demand and, investigate about the future. And also she's doing a great job, I think, by helping farmers throughout the years, because remember that she mentioned something about like gave to farmers that data, I'm sorry, data analytics, just to them to be able to, do better predictions about the food. Maybe, I think, maybe about the flavor. Of course, she doesn't explain that, but I'm pretty sure that that maybe can be included on that. And, also, remember about, the food waste, and how she says that is something tragic, and she shows some statistics about it. Like, I remember that it was like 30%, and she shows something like 1.6 tons, como 1.6 toneladas por año every year. So, I think that with the data analytics, she's gonna be able to, of course, produce like the quantity of goods for consumers, just to avoid the food waste. Okay, girls, do you want to add something before to finish?
No, no, I think so. I think I have anything to say, teacher.
Okay, okay, girls. So thank you so much for attending this meeting. Thank you so much for participating. You are doing really great. I'm so happy for you that you are improving. And well, see you on next Thursday.
Okay, teacher, thank you so much.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay, girls. Bye
Bye.
bye. Have a good night.
Good teacher. Bye bye.